Hello? Am I here? Can you hear me? Things are bouncing. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here for some Imperium Classics. Hi, Nigel. Co-designer Nigel, an Osprey Games publisher here. Thank you for being here. Good morning from the US, from Arizona. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to temporarily plunge the table into darkness because I have just thought of a nice way of putting the player aids. There's a couple of player aids for the solo mode, depending on who you're playing against. Hi everyone, did it go quiet then? Sorry, that's my special template screen. There apparently isn't an audio input there. I just, while the countdown was going, a great time to realise that you should be doing something, I thought I could make the player aids look all nice and come up on screen. Do they look quite clear? I'll make them go away now. I'll put one of my buttons on them. But can you see that all nicely? I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to put that on there. Does it look? Do the player aids look nice? Are they nice and clear and stuff? Here we go. Yes, the buttons work as well. Brilliant. Now, if I'd had that idea about 5 minutes sooner, this would have been seamless. So, welcome everyone. This is Imperium Classics. If you are a long-time viewer, I'm talking like 2.5 years ago or so, you might remember my playthrough for its original incarnation, which I had a little look at. It's the same core game, if you saw that and were excited about it, but it is in an all-new, expanded and fancified edition. And yeah, we're going to dig through it today. This is the Classics box. So each box comes with a load of civilizations. The core game is exactly the same. You can just buy one of them. But you can buy both if you like to. Hey, who's stopping you? And you can mix and match the civs, play against each other. I think the ones in the Legends box, which I haven't dared play against yet or play with, are trickier. Whereas the Classics ones, you get the 1-star difficulty ones in the Classics box, which is what I've been experimenting with. And then after I was all kind of geared up to be, I'm going to be the Macedonians in this playthrough. I'm getting somewhere with these. I had a look at Paul Grogan's playthrough, which you should watch, by the way, especially because, not just because you should watch it anyway, but Paul has done a playthrough with the Macedonians. So if you want to see, how their cards work, and everyone's got, not a particular playstyle, but things that they would like more, things that might nudge you in a particular direction. There's obviously going to be different displays, and your opponents are going to make a difference to what you want to do. But yeah, if you'd like to see the Macedonians in action, check out that playthrough. I have decided to go for then the Carthaginians, who are, it's dangerous territory here. I'm stepping into the 2-star difficulties, but they are all about bricks. They want a lot of bricks. They want to control the markets. And I am against the Greeks. If we can make this bigger, if my buttons all work. So it doesn't particularly matter for the solo mode, for the bot that you're playing against. Their cards, of course, belong to the Greek deck, and the cards that they will gain over the course of the game will all be the Greeks, but their special powers and stuff aren't in effect. But if we come back to the table of my player aids here, the player aids that you've already seen, the bots all have a special table like this. So depending on who you're playing against, we'll see how it all works, but they've basically got unique behavior to try and make them feel more like a player playing that civilization would feel. So they have certain priorities that they want to go for in there. And yes, I am daring to go. We'll see how this goes with the A-side power. So it does say, for your first game, you can go for the B-side power. That's a bit simpler and a bit more generous with the points, I think. But I am going for the big A power. So my special power is the Carthaginians. At the end of your turn, you put a progress on a card that's in the market. And that's basically a point. a progress token. So when you buy that card, you get all the tokens on it. But instead of me putting progress on cards, I put a brick on that card. And when I gain cards from the market with bricks on, I could exhaust this to double the amount of bricks that I get. And hopefully we'll see how it goes for the bot taking things away from that. I have noticed on that table there, if I just bring it up yet again, that the Greeks' highest priority for if they get a card with the daggers, an attack card, is to steal bricks, which isn't great for my dream of gaining loads of bricks and marketing them, but it seems like I've got decent ways of gaining them anyway. So, after all that blather, shall I start the game? I will get my little summary there just to make sure I'm doing everything right. So, I need to have my turn first, and then we have the solstice after the bot's gone. Basically, at the end of the round, any cards you've got that concern solstice, which I don't think we've got out right now. There are some cards in the market that do. So they will happen in the solstice. Otherwise, it's just keep going. So keep going until something affects us. Big enough can read everything. Great. Remember the original video? I had to go back and check. It was all comic booky art. I really like that art style, but I can see it's a lot kind of sleeker and more immediately visible gameplay wise. You're playing with the 1-star civilizations, like you're collecting pink bricks and milk bottles. It does kind of, yeah. The civilization token, it does look like you're collecting milk bottles. Right, so I should go. On my turn, I have 3 choices, and you're probably going to be doing one of those mainly, and that's activate. That's where you can take actions. That's where you can activate the cards that you've got out and stuff. That's like one of the main ways that you can do it. But also you can innovate. It's a way of getting new cards, and you can revolt. Yes, so we're going to get these unrest cards. There are ways of getting rid of them, no problem. But if you get a load in your hand gathered up, you can have a revolt turn. I mean, you basically skip your turn to get rid of all of these cards that are, you know, harder to get rid of. They're going to cost you resources. They're going to make you discard cards. They're worth -2 points at the end of the game each. So, and you start the game with some, and you're going to be gaining them as you get a lot of these cards. So that's mainly what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate to begin with. So I have at my disposal 3 action tokens and 5 of these discard things of exhausting cards, using actions on cards. I can do that up to 5 times on my turn. So at the moment, I've only got one thing that can do that, the Carthaginians. When I gain a card from a market with bricks on it, I can double the bricks gained. At the moment, there's no bricks on cards. I'm the only person that does that. Yeah, the artwork is still it's if you didn't know, by the way, it's the Miko's artwork, who you'd know from plenty of games, maybe most recently on my channel, the West Kingdom series, and yeah, always fantastic artwork. But I'd say a different style to his usual thing. It's fantastic. Hi Joel, how's it going? Yes, the chickens are revolting. Marty is, I don't know if you can see on the Marty cam, there he is. Very low quality because it's looking under a desk. That's the best that I could get. He is in here, but yeah, he's in summer mode. He isn't going to be, not that he played to the camera very much anyway, but he is probably just going to be curled up in that ball under a desk. That's pretty much where Marty is at all times. When he's not like remembering, he should be downstairs where it's nice and cool. Right, so I'm going to activate. So I'm basically going to play some of these cards. So if we zoom in on me, I should have made this all nice so you can see my hand a little bit better. So in my hand, what do I have? I have an unrest. It's not ideal, but I could, if I pay a population or discard 2 cards or pay 3 bricks, I could put this on the unrest pile and get rid of it. And that is, there are a lot of ways that the game can end. And if it ends any of those usual ways, we will score and try and have the most points. But the game can end if we run out of these unrest cards from a stack, and then it ends very, very differently. Your score doesn't matter. But hopefully we will we'll have a good game and not put our civilizations through too much unrest. I can't speak for what the Greeks are going to do. So I have some regions that I can expand to. Mauritania and the Balearic Islands. So playing these Doesn't cost me anything. They've got this infinity symbol on, which means they stay out once I put them out. You can garrison a card. Now there are loads of keywords and things that are all very nicely explained in glossary in the rulebook, and some of them you might not really need. You might not really need to know for your civilization, but yes, garrisoning a card means that I can put a card underneath this when I put it out, and it's basically kind of temporarily, at least, getting that card out of my deck. So if it's something I don't really want to use right now, or something that I would rather be out of the deck, but I haven't really got an action that can do that yet, I can garrison some cards. The other thing is putting them in your history. That is absolutely removing them from everything. So I can garrison some cards if there's things I don't really want out there. If I'm going to keep the Unrest for now, maybe I'd want to garrison a little bit. But the Mauritania can gain me 2 bricks as well. I can use Dido, Queen of Carthage. Now, some cards like this will have the Barbarian logo on. You see, I've got this Barbarian card here. We are Barbarian states at the beginning of the game, but later on, over the course of the game, we'll become a happy little empire. And once we have become that, you can't play these Barbarian cards anymore. So get used to them while you can. And also, maybe they're ones you'd like to garrison in the future once you are an empire. But for now, I'm a barbarian. I can do these things. So gain a population. You can acquire a region and play it for free immediately. But then this card, Dido, goes into the history. And finally, I could conquer. I could pay 2 population to acquire a region, or, oh dear, Nigel, help me. The blue card. I've forgotten. It's right at the front. I thought I remembered uncivilized, civilized, well, the blue tributary. Remember, think Oxbow Lake. So yes, I could gain a region or a tributary card. So none out there at the moment. They are mixed into the main deck. See, all of the symbols here are for the uncivilized, the civilized, the regions, and we have those in the display. But all the cards that aren't in these decks are mixed up into this main deck along with the tributary cards, and so they could be coming out here. So I couldn't choose to just acquire one of those cards, but I could break through. So that's a way of gaining cards without gaining unrest. It's a way that I could go through this deck to try and find one of those cards if I particularly wanted one. So I could, play Dido and go for that Oasis there. I could get to exile a card from the market. I think I would like some bricks. Would I like to garrison a card? So I could just play Mauritania over there, gain 2 bricks and garrison a card. There are going to be uses for bricks, believe you me. So I think I'll play that. We'll have to go to my... Have I got a regions thing up here? Oh, I have. There we go. Up in the corner, I'll play my region. I will gain 2 bricks for that. Let me just grab them so they go into my supply. I've got 5 now, so hopefully get something really nice done with them. I could, if I really wanted to, pay 3 of them to get rid of that unrest, but I don't think so just yet. Maybe I want to hold on to this at the end of my turn so I can try and get a handful of loads of these things. So I could just be putting more out. I could be trying to find more of these, some more cards to put out there. Gain a population. And then if I had 3 population, I could break through for a tributary card. And then I would go through the deck. Oh, you can't sleeve the cards and have them fit in their slots. That's a shame. But I think that I'm going to be squashing them into one box anyway, because I am a terrified... You've seen these shelves behind me. There are piles everywhere. I need to save space where I can. And there's some nice dividers on BGG I saw. But one of the main reasons that I don't sleeve a lot of games is lights and glare and stuff. So, I could try, gaining that population and then breaking through and just getting loads of these cards out. So, let's go for it. Why not? I'm going to play Dido then. Gain a population. Have all of this stuff ready to play all of these cards with. But then I think I'm going to just spend it straight away. So, I may acquire. I don't have to, but I might as well. There's an Oasis sat right here in the display. And I could just play it straight away. So why not? So that lets me exile a card from the market. What would I like to exile? Would I like to just basically get out of the game? Maybe. Now I think, that without... Until we get a feel for what the Greeks are really after, they are definitely going to go for cards that have got progress on them and extra points. So I think I'm going to exile that education card, and then we can see some new things come out of the main deck. There is a tributary card. So we get... Oh, KMC Perfect Fit sleeves are short enough. So I've got something to look at there, and then we have the Sacred Pass. Ooh. So I can exhaust this. So it's only while I'm a barbarian, but I could exhaust the Sacred Pass to look at the top card of my nation deck. They are cards that are going to come out as I cycle through my deck. And then you may abandon this card to swap a card from your hand with the top card of your nation deck. So get to some of those better cards earlier. Ooh, that's tempting. I was going to break through, but I could save a resource by not breaking through. Either way, though, Dido is history now. Goes under this card and is not going to come back in the game at all. Bring the new region in first and then exile. I do apologise. Yeah, the space that I left when I took my region, fill that straight back up. Because you might want to get rid of that one. So the Egyptians that have come out, if I'm a barbarian, put the top card of your nation deck into your discard pile. If you're an empire, develop, and then put this card into your history. So it's only a one-off, but it's also worth a point per civilized card that I've got at the end. So I might get more of those later. I just like the idea that I could cycle through my nation deck quicker, but that does push me towards an empire quicker, doesn't it? I could break through to try and find a different thing. Oh, of course, yes. I'll choose a different card because the reason that you... Oh dear, I do apologise. You can't exile things that have got tokens on them. So I think I want to get rid of, in case the Greeks are going to start taking attack things. It does make other players get unrest. I could get in front of that and stop him from doing anything. But I don't have a way of getting this card just yet. So yeah, I'm going to exile that one. And then a new card would come out, which would have an unrest under it. So I would be breaking through. Or I could break through for a region still and try and find something different. Or I could just put more regions out and see what I can do with them later. Yeah, let's see. Let's get a feel for what the Greeks are going to do. I'm going to play out... Oh, double sleeving cards. There are sleeves that can cut glare. There's matte sleeves. But like I used to get a lot of the Ultra Pro matte sleeves, but they aren't fully effective still. They're way better than card sleeves, and you can mess about with lights and try and get them at just the right angle. But I don't know if it's just the size of my room. I haven't found great luck with doing that. Hopefully these are nice glossy cards, but I don't think shiny in a way that it's glaring off them, which I think is... It's not on my little screen anyway. Hopefully it looks all right. So they're my three things. I'm just putting regions out at the moment, it looks like. At the end of my turn, I would put a progress on a card, but I put a brick on a card, don't I? So is there a card that I want? I get to choose cards that I keep in my hand. So I could, start putting bricks on the Sacred Pass, for example, and then acquire it, keeping this Conquer card around, and try and get double the bricks off it. Yeah, let's pop a brick on the Sacred Pass, and I think that's going to be my turn. So I decide how many cards I want to keep at the end of my turn. And you get those nation cards, you get these better things, and put yourself on the way to being an empire by cycling through your deck. So you want to draw as many cards as possible. Yeah, I think I'll get more things that will let me get regions. I'm going to discard the lot of them. So I'm just region heavy at the moment. And then, yeah, I'm not going to get through my deck just yet. Just about, though. So, okay, we'll look at my cards in a sec. It's time for the bot's turn. So the Greeks, I need to roll a die for the Greeks, and this is going to decide basically if they're going to play all of those cards. I am playing on the kind of normal difficulty. They've rolled a 6, which means they're not going to hold off on a card. They're going to play all of their cards. So they're going to get an extra action. There are, just flip back. This is my view of the tables and stuff. There are difficulty levels built into the game, so Imperator is what I am playing. The standard difficulty. You can make it easier, you can make it harder. I haven't done any of that, though. So, if I had rolled a number, they wouldn't do that number yet, and this would become the first card of next turn, and they would put a progress on the card that corresponds to that number. As it is, though, they rolled a 6, which isn't there. So, let's have a look at their cards. So, here we go. First card, City of Sparta. So I think these are going to be in the way a little bit. So you basically look at the card that you've got here and go down this list here. Oh, this is this is weird. You go down this list basically until the card matches one of the things, the symbols or the words. So is it an attack card? No. Is it a purple card? No. Is it glory? Is it advance? It's a barbarian card, though. So discard the top card from the bot deck and put this card into history. That's all they do with it. You know, all of the stuff that is on it itself, they do what the table says. And then it changes when they become an empire as well. They get a completely different table. So put that in their history and discard the top card of the deck. In the same way, that's going to help them get through their deck sooner, get to their nation cards as well. So the next card is, I wonder if I might put this a little bit higher. Bear with me not having sound for a sec. There we go. Because then you'll be able to see the card still underneath, won't you? So Settlers. So again, I think it doesn't apply to anything but the barbarian card, so they are going to discard the top card from their deck and exile and put this card into their history, so gone forever. Then number 3, Peloponnese. It's none of those things. It's not glory, it's not advance. Just underneath the barbarian symbol is the region symbol down here. There we go. So they gain a bricks, play this region, and then exile a card from the market. So they gain a bricks, and then that gets put out, and exile a card from the market. So they just choose like the leftmost thing, right? Just find my bot rules, make sure I don't do the eligible card from the lowest numbered slot in the market. They won't exile things with tokens on them. If all of them have tokens, it does not exile a card. So it is going to exile this this leadership card here. Lowest numbered slot without tokens on. And we get those Egyptians out there. And then back to their doings. Card number 4. Glory. I know that word. So glory is... you can see glory. I don't know why I'm trying to... It's like moving around in the dark trying to find where to put my hand properly. So glory, if able, abandon 3 regions to gain the top purple card. Otherwise, break through for civilized cards. So they can't do that. They can't discard 3 of those. They can't abandon 3 of them. So they're going to break through. So the bot breaking through, she's going to go for one of these with progress on. I believe breaks through. It always tries for the thing that's worth the most points, and progress are points. So it's going to choose for one of these rather than the top one from an appropriate deck. So let's see. Education is worth 2 points. Metropolis is worth 2 points. They're exactly the same, so I think it's just the leftmost. If there is a tie, yeah, the lowest numbered slot if there is a tie. Because it's breaking through, it does not gain the unrest that's underneath, but it gets that progress. It gets that card that goes onto the top of its deck. Yep, in the order they were gained. So on the top of its deck, and then we need a new card to come from here. The jungle region. Oh, that does not have unrest underneath it, right? Okay. And they're not done yet. What do I do with that card? It's just, yep, they broke through for that, and that just goes in their discard pile. And then finally, card number 5 is Unrest. Now, this is an errata that's not in the bot rulebook. When they get Unrest cards, they just go back to the deck. See, otherwise, you would go all the way down that list and do the other thing, but they're meant to just go back to the Unrest pile. Okay, so that is their turn. They will also they'll fill the slots up for a 6. Yeah, they don't put any progress out there. I'm not playing against the Carthaginians, but they would put bricks out. If they were me, they would put bricks out in the same way that I would be doing that. And then, yeah, we need to just fill up their slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gone through his deck already. That was quick. And so he needs to get new cards like me. It's empty. Put the top card from the Dynasty deck. So rather than having separate decks like I've got, we don't need to see that table anymore, do we? Rather than having separate things, like I've got some developments, I've got nation cards, the bot combines them into this special deck. So they get the top card from that right, and that gets shuffled in the discard, and that forms a new deck. So they've thinned out their deck quite a bit as well by putting those. And hopefully, if you're watching this back later, make sure you've got the live replay on, because Nigel is giving great context to why all of the things happen as they do as well. So like the bot putting all these things in their history is as if, you know, I'm putting these things out in my tableau. So yeah, the bot, rather than having loads of these things out, is just getting effects and then putting them into their history. So slot number 5 is filled up, and then it's back to me, isn't it? We would have a solstice, but nobody's got anything that concerns solstice, so it is just my turn again. So what do I have? An unrest again. I have glory. I can play this to abandon 3 regions to look at the top card of the Fame deck. And they are great cards, and I don't particularly need those regions to be out there. Oh, wait. So I'm really excited by that, but let's look at the other cards, because I've just seen Prosperity could be good to do first. So Carthaginian Traders is a free play, so not one of my actions. Add a brick to a card in the market. You may put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. Ooh, I don't think I'm there yet. But that's going to be great to have. Prosperity. All players may draw a card and then choose. Get a brick for every bag that you've got out in play. Ooh. So that right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bricks. Or gain a population for every region you have out in play. And then advance, I can pay bricks to acquire the uncivilized or civilized cards, or pay 5 to break through, so gain them without the unrest. I've got loads of bricks, haven't I? Okay, so the first thing I want to do, and this is a free play. What am I going to gain from the market? I'm not going to gain cards that I want from the market yet, though, am I? Oh. These things are great. Right, I want to advance first. What card do I want? So I could get a green or a grey. Civilized or uncivilized. Is there anything out here I really want? Because I could get this with its progress on it and not take the unrest if I pay to break through rather than just acquire. Oh, but I can't play it until I'm an empire. So it's something you might want to garrison until you become an empire. The town I could play now. Exhaust it. All players may gain 2 bricks. And in Solstice, I may gain 2 progress, which is 2 points. If you do, either abandon this card or put it into your history. And the card itself is worth 2 points if you put it in your history. Abandoning is bringing back to your... No, it's discarding, isn't it? It's not... One is bring back to your hand, and one is... Yeah, abandon is discard pile. We'll find the other keyword, the one that brings things into your hand. So that town I quite like the idea of. I'm going to grab that, you know. I've got 5 bricks. I'm playing my advance for my first action. Because while I'm a barbarian, I'm paying 5 to break through for it, so I don't gain... I should have put the bricks on this now. So I don't gain that unrest, but I gain the town. And that advance card is done with. So a lot of brick capital has been lost there. New uncivilized card out there, the Jade Mask. Draw up to 3 cards if able, and then return a card to the top of your deck. And it's worth 1 point if it's in your history. Okay then. So now, I could do that and put that out. But I might save that for a future hand. Because it goes straight into your hand, which is great. But I want to use it. But then in Solstice, I'm not going to have a discard pile. It's not. We'll do it next turn. I've got an idea of what I want to do this turn. So I wanted to do Prosperity. So all players may draw a card. The bot isn't... Is the bot affected by that? He's not affected by things that would make it discard cards and return things. But he would, if he would draw a card, take the top card and put it into his discard. So I'm helping him out a little bit by doing this. And then choose, do I want 5 bricks or 3 population? I've just spent all of those bricks. And that card could be coming back very soon. I'm grabbing 5 bricks. And luckily we've got a handy 5 bricker right there. Yep, that's going to be my Prosperity. And then, yeah, the Carthaginian Traders is a barbarian card as well. So although I want to keep hold of all of these cards, you know, people use them for too long. Glory anyway. Cannot be garrisoned. Abandon 3 regions, so my my Prosperity card isn't going to be great next time it comes out. But I am going to abandon these 3 regions, so they go into my discard pile, to look at the 2 cards of the Fame deck. So let's have a look. Is that a 10? Oh yeah, there's 2 5s on it, isn't there? I will just grab 5. Might I be grabbing like... Might I end up with like 30 bricks? So I did that in Feast for Odin as well. I was treating like the 8s as if they were... The 10s as if they were 8s the entire game. But I thought they were 8s, so I was getting change if they were 8s, so it was okay. Right. So I could choose one of these. Notorious. Free play. Steal a progress from each other player. Anyone unable to pay takes an unrest. And I get a point at the end of the game for every unrest scored by other players. Or inspiring. Passive, increase your hand size by 1. And that's worth 7 points just straight away. Because the bot is much more likely to get rid of his stuff. I do really like the idea of just stealing his progress away from him, though. Oh, dear. Increase your hand size by 1, though. Think of the things we could get done. I'm going to be notorious. Am I? I was so sure. I think he's going to keep getting progress, and I'm going to keep being able to steal it from him. No, I'm going to go awe-inspiring. Awe-inspiring. So that goes back. Right. So I just gained that. So that's in my hand as well. So that's not great for cycling through everything, is it? I've played the Glory. Take one of those cards. So do I want to keep now both of these cards in my hand? I think I do. So I am going to cycle through the deck. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Traders and the Unrest in the discard. We need to get awe-inspiring out, but that is unfortunately my third action. So I can't put it out right now. So when I'm drawing up, I need to shuffle my deck. And when that happens, if I've got these spare, and there isn't one on if there isn't an exhaust counter on your nation deck here, that means you gain the top card of your nation deck. I've got the right way around. And that gets added to your discard to shuffle up. And eventually we'll get to the City of Carthage card and become an empire and stuff. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yes, thanks James. Please like the video and comment and subscribe and all of those lovely things that you can do on any of the platforms that you're on. I should keep putting links out there. Well, I've got this trial to be twitching it and stuff, but also all of the videos are only possible thanks to my Patreon. If you'd like to support, a little robot is going to type it in the chat and take you right there, and you get to vote for videos and see them early and all of that great stuff. It is the reason I'm here doing this now. Or able to do it now. Certainly. Berbers. That's my card, isn't it? That's my nation card. Berbers. Gain 2 population. Right. So that's me, isn't it? That's me done. I need to put that on there just in case, you know, if you keep cycling through it, you don't keep getting new stuff. And that'll go away at the end of my next turn. So it's bot time. Let's have a look then. Are they going to do 5 turns again? No. They are not going to do card number 3 this time. What are they going to do, though? They're going to do education. So, oh yeah, that's what they gained, isn't it? They don't mind, do they? That they're playing these cards early, do they, Nigel? We still just go through playing it just the same, don't we? Or do we look at the other... Oh no, that shows the thing on the... Oh, all the fame cards show leaders from the civilizations, usually the same person on the glory card. So, awe-inspiring is Leonidas. Uh-oh, the Greek leader. And the person on Notorious is a Viking. Treat education system as other. But they do just get to play the... They don't care, do they, that it's an Empire card and that. So we scroll down the list. Nothing applies to it. We go to other. If able, spend 2 population to break through for regions. No. Otherwise, if able, spend 2 bricks to break through for uncivilized. No. Otherwise, discard the top 2 cards from the bot deck and put this card into history. That's the last 2 cards in it. Greeks just getting rid of all the cards. Next up. No, they don't care about the Empire and stuff. It'd be limiting in it because they didn't care that it was an Empire card when they took it. They just wanted points. So Conquer is going to be the Barbarian symbol. So discard the top card from the bot deck. It doesn't have one. So it just does nothing. I think I'm right in saying. Because this isn't like... I'm pretty sure it points out to you. It's not like in a lot of games where it's like, oh, well, you need to get rid of a card, you shuffle it all up. It's just, if you haven't got any cards in your deck, you've got no card to be discarded. They don't do number 3. Number 4, Greek mercenaries. Uh-oh. Discard the top 2 cards from the bot deck. So we're actually getting away with this a little bit. although he is going to get another card in a sec. So we're getting away with some discards, though. Steal 2 bricks, which I'm not happy about at all. Although I'll probably be able to get some back when I gain a population. For me? Oh, thank you. And then, so that's discard. And then card number 5 is Glory. If able, abandon 3 regions. Nope. To gain the top fame card. Otherwise, breakthrough for civilized. So it goes for the Metropolis now, doesn't it? Gets another progress. If you can hear those birds quacking away. Birds quacking. Apparently. So yes, they're breaking through, so they just gain this. Goes on the top of their deck. So now they've got a card on the top of the deck. And just break through for that, yes. So yeah, but does nothing with the deck until they clean up. Greek mercenaries, the theme is that you are hiring them, so it costs you the bricks, but you get the... Oh, I'm hiring them. And in the real... Like, if you were playing against in a multiplayer game, the Greek player would gain a progress and draw a card, steal 2 bricks from everyone, but then everyone gains a population for hiring all their mercenaries out. So they need to... In the cleanup, they put a progress on card number 3. Oh, which I have not redrawn. We don't need your player aid anymore. Pharmacy gets... Oh, and that needs a... Yeah. That gets a glory on it. This slides over to number 1. The one they didn't play this turn will be the first one of next turn. And then we fill up their thing. They haven't got any cards again. So we're going to get another one from the Destiny deck. Shuffle it up with their very lean deck. And they move on. I have bloated my deck up a little bit by abandoning all of those regions. So I hope that it was worth it. But I wanted to do it to get that fame card. Hopefully that's going to really come in handy. And then fill the slots up. And I think we're done. So a brief solstice. And then it's time for Tom. It's time for the Carthaginians. I didn't put a brick on anything, did I? I'm going to stick with my plan that I now question a little bit. And yeah, I would keep going on the Sacred Pass. But if I do get the Sacred Pass, I can double up. I don't think there's a way of me getting it right now. But it's something for me to think about. I don't think I need, I don't think I need the bot player aid in front of me. I can see it clearly enough on the screen, I think. So, if I really wanted to, I could innovate, discard all of my cards, and then I can break through for anything. So I would be able to grab that region and then get 4 bricks for it. But I don't think the Greeks are going to go for it that quickly. So let's get these things out that I really want to get out. So awe-inspiring. That's going to be an action. And now my hand size is increased by 1. 7 lovely points. Yeah, Greek bot becomes an empire fast, like you would playing the Greeks as a human. And then the town, I think I want to get out because, yeah, I would get to do it in the first solstice. Abandon it, bring it back, bring it in my discard pile, and get 2 progress, and hope to do it again before I become an empire. So then, I have all this population, but nothing much to do with it just yet. There is a civilized card right out there. I'm just not going to be able to gain a card right now. Why don't I... There's no more attacking out there just yet. I think I'm going to put Mauritania out there again and get me my 2 lost bricks. So my actions are all just putting things out there. I could do my exhaust in my town up there. A little bit high up. In my town so that I can gain my bricks. Which it will... it will gain those things, right? I think as far as I know. And I've got all of these things. I should use them. I will use an exhaust on the town to gain 2 bricks. I'm guessing the bot doesn't turn down the opportunity to gain his things. So I gain a couple of bricks. He gains a couple of bricks. He's got loads of bricks now. Or he did steal some from me, didn't he? Yep. And then at the end, I don't think I want to keep the Oasis. I don't think I'm that fussed. Oh, it is nice, isn't it? The Berbers will get me 2 population, but do I need them right now? I'm going to discard. I'm going to keep the Oasis to get it out again, and then I could abandon 3 for another fame card later. Yes, now you put it that way. I'm going to do it. So I've got my Oasis, Conquer the Balearic Islands, Advance and Glory. So I could put those 2 out and abandon them again for another fame card. Oh, and my hand size is increased by 1, isn't it? Oh, lovely. I've got that unrest I was hoping for. The bot. What you doing? Greeks, roll in 3s again. Oh, I haven't put a brick on anything. Am I? So I've got all these cards now that are going to gain me regions. That region looks like it's going to be the Sacred Pass. That'll get me like 6 bricks if I grab that and do my special power. But let's see. So yes, Greeks are not doing number 3. Let's go in a little bit closer and get their little player aid up. So Unrest just goes back to the pile. Then Metropolis, which go down all of these things. Don't have to do any of those. It's the Infinity thing, right? Which is gain a brick and a population. And put this card into history. They don't do number 3. Number 4 is the City of Athens, which again is scroll down to the Infinity, gets a brick and a population. So when it comes to that choice again, if able to spend, it's other, if able to spend population, yes it will. If able to spend bricks, yes it will. But then that goes into its history. And then finally, Greek mercenaries again. So discard the top 2 cards from the bot deck. And then steal 2 bricks. I gain a population. We'd like something to do with these, but that's down to me to get the card, isn't it? Right. So that goes into their disc. That's just going to keep happening, isn't it? Because at the end of their turn now, they're going to put a progress on there again. That slides back down to number 1. And then they get 1 card from there. That's their deck again, gone through. So they get another card. Shuffle it up. They've only got 4 cards in their discard. So this is going to happen a lot of times. 3, 4, 5. There we go. And it's a solstice, so I may gain 2 progress. And if I need all these exhaust tokens should be taken off your things in your cleanup phase. So I can gain 2 progress and abandon the card. I'm about to reshuffle, so I'm going to do that. I can either abandon it or put it into my history. So if I want to get it into the history by the end of the game, because then it's worth an extra 2 points. But 2 progress for now is 2 points. There are more civilizations. Nothing yet, but never say never. Well, hopefully. Right. It's me, isn't it? So, I've got... I could just put these out and get another fame card. I've got 5 bricks, though. I could break through for Uncivilized or Civilized. And that one, the pharmacy there, has got 2 glory on it. I can't play it until I'm an empire. But it's got 2 glory on it and pay 2 population to gain a progress every solstice. And I am building up population. Could save that, though. We could get the Egyptians to try and become an empire quicker. But I do have a lot of barbarian cards. Or I could pay that population to break through for the tributary card. But no, I'm going to pay. So my turn, I'm going to play Conquer, pay 2 population to acquire a region. I'm going to acquire the Sacred Pass and exhaust my Carthaginian power. When you gain a card from the market with bricks on it, double the bricks gained. So instead of 3, I'm getting 6 bricks from that. And yeah, that comes into my hand. New one comes out. Woodland. So that's one of my actions gone. And an exhaust. Do I just want to get regions out there? So I can only do this while I'm a barbarian. I think let's get that Sacred Pass out. And I can exhaust it to look at the top card of your nation deck. You may then abandon this card to swap a card from your hand with the top card of your nation deck. Let's do it. I'm going to exhaust that. Let's have a look at what my top card is. Caravans. Exhaust to pay 3 bricks and discard a card to acquire a card in the market that has bricks on it. That's going to be fantastic, but I don't think I'm going to swap just yet because there's nothing out there that's got bricks on it just yet. Okay, so that is going to be a really good thing to do. So I'm not going to swap, but I know what's coming. So I've got one more thing that I could do. Do I want to get some more cards? I could conquer and get the Egyptians. If I paid the 3 population I've got left, I can break through and not take the unrest with it. But what if I just put a 3rd card out there and abandon them next time for another fame card? I think that's what I'm leaning towards. I want to play the Oasis, so I could garrison a card. Let's garrison the Unrest, because I don't want to reshuffle it. Let's just garrison that. And then exile a card from the market. I'm going to exile the Pharmacy. I'm not so excited about it anymore, and I know the bot will go for it if it gets half a chance. Oh no, I can't exile things with tokens on them. I have to get them to get the glory away from him. I will do it, given half a chance. Some more regions, maybe. I think maybe the Egyptians. Yeah, I'm going to do the Egyptians. So we've got Cataphract. Oh no. Attack cards. Oh dear. I want to stop him being able to get that. Right. So that's my 3 things, isn't it? Did I just put 3 regions out? Or have I only done 2 things? I think I've only done 2 things. So I could now just abandon them and get that card. You know, Sacred Pass wants to stay out to keep using its thing, but I know I did Conquer, didn't I? I haven't discarded Conquer. I've paid for it and not discarded it. So I'm going to keep Glory in my hand to get ready to abandon 3 things. I might keep the Balearic Islands in, but if I discard them, I'll get to reshuffle. So yes, I'm just keeping Glory. No. My hand limit is 6. So I'm going to keep the Balearic Islands as well. So maybe I can keep that Sacred Pass out. So then drawing up Get rid of all the exhausts. Drawing up. Get 1, 2, 3 in my hand. I need another. So, top card, and we know what that is, don't we? Get shuffled in, and then I get to draw 1 card from my new deck. It's advance again. But I've got loads of bricks, so I probably want to make good use of that. Right, bot. What are you doing? Bot is 6 in, which isn't great for me. I need to put bricks on something. What am I looking for? I would like to make him abandon. I would like to make him abandon things. I don't particularly want an Empire card right now, but I don't have to play it, do I? I want to try and get attack cards away from him. But it can't be exiled if I haven't got anything that can exile cards in my hand. Yeah, I'm going to try and gain that with my... But I haven't got that card yet. Because he could just gain this and get a brick for the trouble. I'm gonna go for it. Right, what's he doing on his turn? Let's get his table up. He is Glory. If able, abandon. No, he hasn't got enough regions. Otherwise, breakthrough for civilization, which he is going to grab the pharmacy, isn't he? Because just pop his thing off. They're both worth 2 points. Pharmacy's got 2 glory on it. He's going to grab that. Was it breakthrough? Yes, it's breakthrough, so he doesn't gain the unrest. Goes on the top of his deck. He gets that glory, and a new card comes out. And then that just goes into his discard. Card number 2, Unrest, just goes back to the pile. Card 3, Plains of Thessaly, which is region, right? Gain a brick. Put the region, exile a card from the market. He will exile the jungle, lowest numbered one that he can. And a new card will come out, which wants an unrest under it. Agriculture. So. Oh, he hasn't finished with cards. Greek mercenaries. Steals 2 of my bricks. So many bricks now. I get a population. And then discard the top 2 cards from his deck. And then finally, card number 5 is another region, isn't it? I don't think it's got anything else. So finally, these must have been cards he was just discarding all the time. So plays this, gains a brick. Let's start making some change, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then he can have a 10. So he's got his 3 regions out now. And then exile a card from the market, which will be the agriculture that just came out. We now have a city. So, Solstice, I don't have anything anymore. So it's back to me. So, I've got my Carthaginian traders. Maybe I want to get stuff in my history now while I can still play these. I've still got a couple more cards, haven't I, on top of here? I wanted to do my Balearic Islands. I can garrison a card. So I'm just going to do... I could just pay to get rid of the unrest, but it's an action as well, isn't it? I'm going to put those out there. That's my first action. So I've got a load of regions up here, but they're going to go away because I am going to... Oh, I've got prosperity as well, haven't I? So do I do prosperity again? That nice little combo? I think I'm going to do the nice little combo. So prosperity, that is either... It's the same thing, isn't it? Because Sacred Pass hasn't got anything on it. It's either 5 bricks or 3 population. I think... I did want to gain Cataphract as well, didn't I? Let's gain 5 bricks. He's going to keep stealing them. And then everyone may draw a card. Oh, I haven't done his setup, have I? He needs yet another card from his... Oh, he's gained... We missed the... Bringing you into this. I missed his thing because he's gaining... Yes, he is gaining his fancy Olympic Games, which means he is turning into an empire. So as soon as he gets that into his discard pile, he becomes an empire. And needs more space. So I think I need to get a move on. I probably should use the Carthaginian traders. Yeah, so I've done my prosperity to get a load of bricks. I'm going to use my free play, my Carthaginian traders. Put a brick on a card in the market. Put it on Cataphract, I think. I'm really hoping to get Cataphract. And I may put a card from my hand or discard pile into my history. Should I put Advance in? That seems a great way of getting cards, though. Especially since I've got a load of bricks to pay. But it's a barbarian card. It's not going to be useful forever. I'm going to put it in my history. I've got to start cycling through these cards. So that's been played. So that's 2 actions, right? Oh yeah, the Sacred Pass is a region, so I could have got 4 population or 5 bricks. So I put that out, I played Prosperity, and then finally I'm going to do Glory, and I'm going to abandon... Maybe I want to abandon the Sacred Pass and get that on into the history. Because I could keep out things like the Balearic Islands that have got loads of the symbols on there and not have to keep putting them out all the time. So that's the downside with this Glory thing. I'm bloating the deck back up with these region cards. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So one of these has an Unrest, so that gets abandoned as well. But I can't do it right now. But for next turn, I'm going to have... So I've got that choice again of stealing his Glory. Or Praiseworthy. Choose. Put this card into your history, or break through for anything. This is worth 7 points if it's in your history, or 3 points otherwise. Ooh, Praiseworthy then. I think. It does give him the chance to have another attack card. And maybe I want to take these away from him so he stops stealing my bricks. I think being able to break through for all of these things makes up for me getting rid of that card. I'm going to grab that. So that's going to be in my hand. I'm not going to get through my deck, I don't think. Oh, I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because my limit is 6. So I get a new card. And then shuffle back up again. Because the one thing I am keeping out is my my awe-inspiring increased hand size. And then final card is Oasis, coming right back out again. Okay, so bot time. Empire bot now. Need to remember to use that other picture. Is not doing... I need to put a brick on something. I'm going to just really load up on Cataphract. I could just get it with my Praiseworthy. Yeah. Let's put another one on Cataphract and just hope that he doesn't get it. Right. Let's see. So, let's zoom in. And his scary card. Oh no, now his attack cards switch from stealing bricks to making me recall pin cards. Oh, he's going to get rid of my awe-inspiring, isn't he? Right, to make sure there's regions out there to stop him from getting rid of that one. So, advance first. That's going to be a barbarian card, isn't it? Discard the top card of the deck. There isn't one. Put this into history. Next up. He hasn't got enough cards. Greek mercenaries. Okay, so acquire a thing. So when he He just wants the thing that's worth the most points, doesn't he? He doesn't particularly care. So the stars are all worth 5. And question mark worth the highest value. So that's 1 point if in history. So he'll take the mercenaries then. Is he? Oh, he's acquiring, isn't he? So he gets the unrest as well. So now he's got a deck. And then, yep, that goes into his discard. Number 3 is going to be the pharmacy, which first thing is pinned, right? It just goes into his history, I think. Yeah, nothing else. Still worth points, though. Nothing with number 4, but then number 5 is going to be glory. So, if able, abandon... Oh, no. Oh, and he had the 3 things. I shouldn't have let him have that attack card. He abandons these 3 regions to gain the top fame card, which I have left there. Oh, yes, I need to recall the pin card. Thank you. And I will not recall my awe-inspiring. I'll not recall my awe-inspiring. I'll recall my region. So recall is back in my deck, is back in my hand, isn't it? So the bot gains the notorious card I left for him. Unfortunately for me. But I did it. Yep. To gain the top frame card. Yes, yes, yes. So we get a glory on card number 4. That becomes card number 1. And he goes 2, 3, 4. Needs to shuffle his deck, but he can't. And so he gets his first. So this would be like the development cards that I can buy later on, but I'm still a way off that. I think he's got more development cards, maybe. Card number 5. Okay, Solstice, nothing doing. Oh, I should have a new civilized card out there. Onager. Each other player abandons a house, gain 2 bricks per abandoned house. You may acquire a region or a tributary. Okay, so for me, I've got to do praiseworthy, haven't I? Have I got anything else that lets me gain those cards? I can pay 3 and discard a card to acquire a card in the market that has bricks on it. And then I could use this to acquire something else. Yeah. Pay 3 bricks. Pay 3 bricks. And discard a card. I'll discard this unrest. To acquire a card in the market that has bricks on it, I'm going to acquire that cataphract. Oh, it's not breaking through though, is it? I do get an unrest. I think it'll be okay. I'm just going to acquire it. And so I'm going to exhaust my power to double up those bricks into 3 more. Had bricks on it, yes. Oh no, I've got to play it, yes. So it's a thing to be out there. Ah, even better. So I can just keep doing this. So I played it. I've exhausted it. Ooh. Hi, Chris. We're going to play 2-player. Not been able to stop thinking about a game like this in a long time. Oh, that is lovely. There's a lot to stick in your head. Just with the few... I played like half of the civilizations in Classics. And still, yeah, there's loads and loads of little twists. Like, I haven't really got into Fame that much. But now, as Nigel says, seeing the risk of that strategy. The cards are amazing, but I'm not really getting anywhere in other areas. The Assyrians, free play, get a civilization. 3-point card, that is. So, praiseworthy. I could break through for something else. Do I particularly want a card that's over here? The Jade Mask. Draw up to 3 cards and then put a card on the top of your deck. It's worth a point if it goes into history. It could help me go through my cards a bit better. Or get some more attack cards. Ooh. I'm going to break through Yeah, I'm going to break through for that Jade Mask. I want the progress that's on it as well as its ability. And then I think I'm just going to put my Oasis up there. I need to refill that from the display. I'm going to put my Oasis up there because I can garrison a card. Why not? But I can also exile something from the market. I'm going to exile that Onager card while it's not got a symbol on it. Get rid of his attack chances. And then I don't want to keep... I think I'm just going to keep hold of these 2 cards. So I draw up 4 new ones, which means I'm not going through my deck. I'm not putting these regions out, but I can, use that free play card to put things in my history. Hopefully, things won't go too badly. Bot time is going for slot number 3. Oh, I need to put a brick on something. What am I after? I'm after the Assyrians, I think. So he's going for number 3. So we can see close up. What's he up to? Here's Olympic Games, his special card. So that's got just nothing on it, right? Other. If able, spend 3 population. Oh. Oh no, he's only got 2. Brilliant. So he can't do that. Can he spend 2 bricks to acquire a civilized card? Yes. There is only one out there. So he is acquiring, along with its unrest, moneylenders. Which is some points. 5 points for him, right? Yes, he did that. So stop going through the flowchart. Next, Notorious. He acquires the thing that's worth the most points. So, oh, I need a card from here again as well. So 2, 2, 3, 1. So now he goes for the Assyrians. Oh no, that wasn't one of the options, was it? Yes, it was. So he acquires, so with its unrest, acquires that and the bricks that I left on it. And then that refills from here. Unrest's running out. Oh no. Okay. But the bot will be putting it back when he draws it. I have to recall one of those cards. I think... Let's recall the Oasis. Okay. Not that one. That one. Next up, card number 4. It's going to be Mercenaries, which will just go down to Empire, right? If able, acquire a civilization or an uncivilized. So the choice is 2 points, 2 points. So he will go for corruption, the leftmost one. And is it acquire again? Oh, I might lose this. Oh, so now this stack has run out. We just refill. Does it just become an entire... It just becomes an entire slot just for the main deck, right? Where does it tell me that? Yeah, draw a new card from the main deck if that's depleted. So there are still a couple of cards in there, and he will put some back. But yes, he's very mean. He is able to acquire that. Play 5. Region first. Discard the top card from the bot deck. Play this. Exile a card from the market. So he will exile this city. New thing comes out. Regions don't get unrest under them. Okay. So then, card 3 gets a glory. That slides down. Fill back up. For once, he's got quite a lot of cards in his deck. So not just going through it as he normally would. Okay then. So. Actually, the cape has got an ability where I may recall it to avoid the effect of an attack, but that is the effect of the attack. So not worth solely getting for that. The city is nice, just discard cards to gain things, and I do have an extra card in my hand just anyway. I don't think I've got a way of gaining an uncivilized card just yet, though. I think let's cycle through some of the cards a bit, maybe. I'm going to play my Jade Mask for my first action. Draw up to 3 cards. So there's an Unrest. Okay. Add a brick to a card in the market. You may put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. So I think I want that city. Yeah, I want that city to have a brick on it. And I can put a card from my hand or discard pile into my history. I think I'm going to go for the Sacred Pass. Or do I want something from my discard pile? Maybe that town is about to get shuffled back. Sacred Pass, I don't know if it's going to come around again. It's going into the history. Where I should do some of these regions. Because I've got another Prosperity card now. But I haven't done that well with regions, have I? I could change my mind, put one of them Prosperities in there. I think these are the regions. If I want a region, these are the ones I would have out there. So now, though, I could do my Caravan's ability, exhaust that, pay 3 and discard a card. I'll discard an Unrest to acquire a card from the market that has bricks on it. I think I will grab this card then. Oh, it does get me that Unrest. I could do my third action to get rid of that. But there's 4 in there. I think I'm okay. I think. We've probably gained 4 cards on his turn. There's a progress. There's a brick. I get that city now. So that's still only 2 things. Your first game you won by causing collapse with the Vikings. Is collapse realistic in solo mode? Yes. It's a risk. It's an actual risk. Actually, it did get to the point where there's 3 cards here. It did get to the point where there are only 2. He is going to put some straight back, but I think it could happen, and I just lose if he does that. So now, I've got 1 action left. We need something from the main deck there, which doesn't have an Unrest under it. I need to be saving these up, don't I, and have a Revolt turn where I just get rid of them. There's like 3 in my discard pile. Can't abandon 3 things. I've already free played those traders. Could put this up for Solstice. Maybe the bot's going to make me get rid of it. The city. So I could gain some things with it. Although maybe I just want to gain some cards that'd be worth some points. Three population, which I've got to break through for a tributary. I've got population to do that. I need to get rid of this Conquer card as well. I'm going to do it. Don't drop my population. I'm going to do it. So, breaking through, I go through until I find a tributary. Increases my hand size by 1. And is worth a point for every 3 ongoing cards in play, excluding regions. So I need more non-regiony ones of those. I've got the city works for that, doesn't it? And then you shuffle the main deck back up. So unfortunately, I don't have any actions, but I'm going to be saving that for next turn. And I think the city and discard the rest. Yes. So another card goes into my deck, my fairly bloated feeling deck. I need to find things. The floodplain there, you may put a card from your discard pile into your history. I need to be thinking about putting things into my history, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6. Praiseworthy's there again, though. And my attack. I'm not an Empire yet. Bot. He's going for card number 2. Which means at least that's one fewer attack. But he is going for Unrest, which goes back. Phew. He is going for Unrest. Put back. Phew. The Assyrians, that is just... It's going to be other, isn't it? He hasn't got 3 population. He has got bricks. Spend 2 bricks to acquire Uncivilized. No, he can't. Return an Unrest from his discard pile if able. He is able. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, thank you. Yes, materials in the market. I want that floodplain. I want that floodplain. Thanks for being here, James. Tune in later and see how it went. I'm sure things are all going to turn around and it's all going to be great for the Carthaginians. So he did his other with that. Then finally, Unrest. Phew. Oh, his attack's going to be coming out though, isn't it? So that was number 2. He puts a Glory on there. Slide that down. Fills back up. Not too bad a turn, I think, in terms of the bot's turns. Yes, he will recall my pin cards. I have to try and make sure I've got at least a region out there, although he'll probably do a couple in one go. So I've got my Praiseworthy. Can't do my Cataphract, so that might as well just be a cost to discard. I want that out there increasing my hand size. I just like the... like the idea of just having loads of cards. No points, but loads of cards. I can have my city out there, and then just put my oasis out there. I could break through, though. I could grab that floodplain. But I could, when I play the floodplain, I can only put things from my discard pile into my history. Think... I want the city out. Yeah, I want the city out so something happens in Solstice. And then I'm going to put the Oasis out so they're a bit protected. So I can exile a card from a market. I may garrison a card. I've garrisoned Cataphract because I'm not an Empire yet. So, yeah, this is all getting in the way of its other, isn't it? I can exile a card from the market. I'm going to exile the town. I'm not too happy about the... Not too fussed about the town. We've got a shrine. Another barbarian-y thing. So then, I've got one more action. I have got... No, that's all, isn't it? I played 3 cards up there. That's all of my actions, but I have got my caravans. Pay 3 bricks. Got tons of them. And discard a card. I'll discard... Oh, I was going to keep hold of this Unrest. And I was going to keep hold of this. No, I'll discard the Unrest. I'm going to play it risky. And then I can acquire the floodplain that has the bricks on it. I can double up the bricks thanks to my power. And that's it. Card from the main deck. Gets an Unrest under it. Boats. I need to put bricks on something. I think I will go for... I'm not too excited about any of these. Maybe the Cape. And so I am going to keep hold of those. So my hand limit is now 7. And I've got things up here. 6, 7. Shouldn't have discarded that Unrest. Could have had 3 in my hand, got them all, and then done a revolt turn. I've got 2 though. Bot is doing a 2 again. So the cards seem to be sliding down, don't they, as I'm going here. But what is Bot doing? He is stealing. So he acquires something. What's the most valuable thing out here? 1, 5, that is, isn't it? So he'll go for this, and it's acquiring, so he gets the unrest on it. And then new thing comes out with its unrest. And then I have to recall a card. I'm going to recall that Oasis. Then, so that's his discard. Next up, he's going for a region. Discard the top card from his deck. Play this. Exile a card from the market. He will exile the Ionians, because the first one without stuff on it. And he's found some hills that don't have unrest under him. Then, card number 4 is going to be Peloponnese, which, same thing, isn't it? Discard the card from the deck, play this, exile those hills that we just saw come out, and new one is exports. It's an attacker. And then finally, it's another attack. Oh no, I'm going to have to get rid of something I like. So... for him, what's worth the most points? That's another 5, isn't it? It's another attack card. So he's getting that. And then I have to get rid of something. I think I'm going to get rid of caravans because I'm not particularly excited to use that right away. I would like to in the future. But yeah, out of any of them, I think caravans out of those 3. Oh, I need to refill the display. Armenians. That's in his discard. That gets another glory. That slides down. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all of his deck. There's at least one unrest in there. Okay, Solstice. You may discard a card. I will discard a Prosperity. Oh no, I'll discard the Cataphract because I can't use it. To either gain a population or a brick, or... No, I'm going to draw a card. So that's going to be my town, which I don't want. Right. So, I've got all of this to choose from. Do my Jade Mask to try and get through the deck a bit more. I think that's going to be number 1. Draw up to 3 cards and then put a card back on top of the deck. I think Balearic Islands can go back on top. I have my advance now. I could break through for something. I could acquire the gambling. What's that? Free play, pay a brick and declare one of the following. Reveal the top card of the main deck. If it matches, add it to your hand. Otherwise, exile it. I can gain it without its unrest on it. Yeah, I'm going to pay 5. So that's going to be action number 2. Gain that gambling without the unrest. And that's 2 more points at least. Sumerians come out there. Cannot be played. With 3 points, return up to 2 unrest before scoring. So I could play it now, pay a brick, and I am going to declare what hasn't come out for a while. I'm going to declare civilized, so grey. It's not. It was tributary, so it's exiled. Oh well, win some, you lose some. So I've got 1 more action. I think I'm going to do Praiseworthy, break through for Tributary. I'm going to grab that Armenians card, acquire a green, put it into your history next turn maybe. New card comes out to the display. The Steppe. So I'm going to keep that Armenians card. I don't think I want these. Oh, I want the card that can put something into my history. And am I going to keep hold of the Unrest? No, I'm just going to risk it. I'm just going to accept that I'm losing those points. I need to put materials on something in the market. If if we're going to try and get this cape, it might as well have a load of things on it. I haven't put any regions out to protect me from attacks. 4, 5, 6, 7. So not doing my deck or anything like that. It's time for bot. What's he doing here? 4. So at least he's doing fewer actions. Something. Then he's going to do moneylenders. So that will be the empire symbol first, right? Acquire civilized or uncivilized. He can acquire an uncivilized there. Shrine would help if you can keep it in play. That's what he's just took. It's what he just took. It would have helped. You can discard a card every solstice to put unrest back from my discard pile. I think the Greeks saw before I did. They keep that card. Number 2, unrest goes back. Number 3, number 4 is an unrest, I think, is an attack, which is, so they acquire something with the most points. 3, it'd be that, wouldn't it? Sumerians. And then an unrest there. And then I have to recall 1. I'm going to... I could just put it straight back out. I'm going to recall the Queen. Yeah, because I could put it back out. Then that card's done with. Card number 5. Philosophy. Acquire the uncivilized. Yep, that's the only one they can choose. And that sticks around as well. So over here, we've got some elders. Card number 4 gets a glory on it. That goes there. I go 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, Solstice. I am going to discard a card. I'm going to discard an unrest. Do I want to draw a card? I'm going to gain a population. It'd be good to have 2 as the cost for Conquer, if I want to do Conquer. Because the Armenians could get me those elders, but they've got unrest, haven't they? It's only worth a point. Just that I would get to put the card in my history. Can't abandon 3 regions. I definitely want to put something in my history. I'm going to put floodplain out. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. I think... What do I want to go for? I think town. Is it too... No, town can happen again. I'm going to put advance. I think I've got other ways. Oh, the main deck's going to run out. That's another trigger for the game. And I'm still milling around doing nothing. I've got some glory. I don't think it's going to be enough. I need to get some things. So that's got me something from my history. I can break through for blue. A point for every 4 glory. And I've got 7. Oh, yeah. I'm going to conquer. Oh, no, that's just acquire, isn't it? I need another population. I've got 2 actions. Garrison a card. I could pay 2 to just acquire that. It'd be minus 2 points again, but I would get 2 points straight away for playing the card. And it's worth 2 points. And maybe I'll get rid of that unrest, but I doubt it. But unrest is worth like a point each to him, isn't it? I think, hang on. I'm going to put the Balearic Islands out and garrison that. And then I'm going to play Queen again to increase my hand size. So at least I can draw something. I need to put bricks on something. I want those Minoans. 4. Still, it's my second to last card. I haven't even got anywhere near developing. I've put so much... I've put so many cards in my deck. Is that Fame Trap? Hey, it's never meant to be a strategy guide. So I want to play my Cataphract card. 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Well, there's an unrest. It's basically the same thing. I get 3. Oh, he gets 3. I've put a bricks on something. He is going to do glory. He can abandon 3 things to gain the top fame card, which is 6 points for him because he gets the highest. He can do the next thing, put an unrest back. He can do the next thing, put an unrest back. And Sumerians is just going to be the bottom thing, isn't it? It's not got anything else on it. Can he spend 3? No, he's still got 2 population. Can he spend 2 bricks to acquire an uncivilized? None out there. Can he return an unrest from his discard pile? Yes. Okay. Then he puts progress on there and slide down, fill back up, 2, 3. Gets his next development. And he's got a riffable deck now. I have as well. I've got a fair few cards hanging about though. But at least he didn't knock any of my things back that turn. So, have I got... Oh, Solstice is happening, isn't it? Solstice, I am going to... Do I want to just gain a population to do that thing? Yeah, let's gain a population. Gain a population. Okay, so on my turn, I want to do Conquer. Pay 3 population to break through for Tributary. I'm going to do Minoans. So that gets me a brick on there. Why not? I'll double it up and get the next brick. Drunk you in. Hi, Monica. How's it going? Oh, yes, I could have spent a progress as a population as well. But I'm doing it now, a little bit later. So that comes into my hand. I broke through, so I don't get the unrest. And then free play. Place a card on top of my deck. And gain 2 progress. Not bad. And this is worth a point for every 4 of those. And my discard pile, I think I'm going to do Carthaginian traders. Add a brick to a card in the market, which I probably should have done to the Minoans first. But I'm just going to... I'll keep building them up on there for now. And then I can put a hand in my history, a card in my history. Oh, sorry, I've got I've got the bot chart on the screen, haven't I? I'm going to put Conquer in the history. So they were both free plays, so I've only done one thing. So... I could put this out and abandon these to get fame again, but isn't that the trap that got me into this situation in the first place? I've got prosperity, so I could put them out and get loads of bricks. Do I want to do that? I haven't really used them as much, have I? So I haven't got anything that's going to make me score for them. And if I take those away, that's a chance for the bot to just attack. I'm going to put the Oasis out. So exile something from the market. I will just exile that woodland. Get something new out. Marsh. Gain 2 bricks. Exile a card. You may garrison a card. I'll put that unrest up there. But yeah, we're going to have to encroach on the main deck. You don't mind, do you? Then I've got another action. Prosperity. I could gain 3 population and then I'm ready for the next thing that costs population. Or do I abandon them and get fame? I've got a feeling he's going to attack me at least once. I can hang on to the glory, can't I? Yeah, I'll do prosperity and I will gain 3 population because I've got 3 regions out there. Which is like the same thing I was doing about turn 3. The bot has progressed loads. Oh, yeah. I got obsessed with fame cards, didn't I? 3. Oh, I need to put a brick on something. Let's just keep building up. Oh. Shadoof here. Shadoof is 2 points per water symbol. I've got 3 right now. That could be something to get, maybe. Okay, bot. Here we go. He's doing diplomacy, which I'm pretty sure is just nothing. So he hasn't got 3 population. He can't gain an uncivilized card. He hasn't got a discard pile. Gain a progress and put this card into history. Card 2, Unrest, just goes back to the pile. Card 4, Attack. So he acquires most points. It's that, isn't it? 5 points. Acquires the card I wanted. And the brick that I handed him. Regions don't get the Unrest. And then I need to bring something back. Maybe it should be my city, although that'll let me draw more cards, which I haven't given myself. 4, 5, 6. I'll bring back my Queen and maybe have to put it back out again, or maybe I should just let it go now. Yeah. So then... nope. That just goes into his discard, doesn't it? And then his final one, Moneylenders. Can he acquire... Yes, he can acquire the Elders here. Uncivilized. Oh. The old player raids come back. So he gains those. And then that goes into his discard pile. He puts a progress on the step. That slides down. And he goes 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got loads of cards. So have I. But he's an Empire. He's allowed to have loads. Okay, so Solstice. I'm going to discard the Cataphract card because I can't use it to draw a card. I think I've got enough resources. It's another Prosperity. I'm going to play... What have I got that can... I've got nothing particular that can put... The town could go into the history, though, in the Solstice. So I think let's play that. Because I can gain 2 progress and then put it in the history. Yeah. So that's going to be 1 action. Berbers can just get me 2 population. I could abandon those regions and get another fame card. Oh, I need another main card in the display here. It's a river. I can put something in my history. I've got nothing that could gain me a card right now, though. I think... Should we just do Glory? Get these fame cards. Yeah. I'm going to do glory. And then I get the card back that'll let me put things in the history again. The floodplain. Yeah, I'm going to abandon these 3. They go into my discard, along with all of their goodies. It's all of my regions. So I've just got non-regiony things up there now. And then that lets me look at the top 2 cards of the fame deck. Which there isn't many left. So Marvelous. Free play. Draw the top card of your deck if able, and choose to discard it, or return it to the top, or put it in your history. That's worth 9 points. Or Triumphant is just 11 points. Can't be played, can't be garrisoned. I'm going to go for Marvelous. And I'm going to free play it straight away to draw. Oh. I'm going to put that back on the top of my deck. It's praiseworthy. It's a great card. I was hoping maybe I'd get to put something straight in history. It's 9 points, though. So that's been played. So that's card number 2. And then I think I'm just going to put Iberia out and garrison this, just so there's something to return. I'm going to keep my. Oh no! I'm gonna put my Queen card out there because then my hand size is back up. I won't keep the Jade Mask. I'll just discard everything. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Brilliant. I've only got 6 cards, which means the city of Carthage gets shuffled in here, and it's great in a way, but in another way, it's going to stop me playing a load of my cards. I am now an empire, right? I believe. Finally, it took 2 hours, but, well, a 2-hour empire is still a pretty quick empire in the history of things, isn't it? Finally, we're going to get things done now, you believe me. Where my points are coming from. They'll come from somewhere. I've definitely got double-digit points, definitely. Although, actually, minus points for unrest. Forget about that. Right, so that's my stuff there. I've got nothing to do anywhere else, have I? But now hopefully I'll get to do this, but when I go through my deck again now, I can develop a card. I could develop some lovely things, like make attack cards, basically, my attack elephants, and make each other player abandon a region, and then I can break through for a region and put this in my history, but I've done things with it. Pay 2 to acquire something, everyone may draw a card. Hannibal, you can acquire something, you can draw a card, you can draw a card from your history, and then put this in your history. And trading ships, you can recall a particular region to acquire a card in the market with bricks on it. And Monopoly, gain 2 bricks and draw a card, give each other player a card from your hand or discard pile, and give him unrest. Ooh, and a lovely shout out to Monopoly. Right, brick into the market. I'm going to put them on the river, actually, because I have just loaded them up on here when there wasn't a card that I wanted. Look at how wonky this has become. There's not many cards left in the main deck. Right, we're an empire now, though. That's all we needed, right? But, what you doing? 1. Okay, so unrest, back up. Elders, nothing. Doesn't have 3 population. Does have 2 bricks, but doesn't have a card to buy. All your options are regions right now. Doesn't have that to buy. Can he return an unrest? No, his discard pile is just these 2 things. So gain a progress and put this into history. Then unrest goes back up. And finally, infinity card, just put this card into history. Okay. Well, that's all right. Progress on there. So I want to get this because it'll give me another progress and 6 bricks. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solstice. So I am going to discard an unrest to draw a card. Then, oh, we don't need you anymore. Then, because they ran out of Red Bull, right? Then my town, like, everyone could have gained bricks, but no, I don't need him to gain bricks. Solstice, you may gain 2 progress. I will, thank you. Abandon the card or put it into history. I'll put it into history, which makes it worth 2 points. Then, Tom's turn. Okay, free play. Gambling. I'm going to say, I bet they've already come out. I'm going to say, pay a brick. I'm going to say, uncivilized. Nope. Again, it was a tributary last time, wasn't it? It's an uncivilized this time. Okay, I do have my caravans. Pay 3 bricks and discard a card. Yeah, let's do that. Pay 3 bricks, discard that unrest to acquire a card in the market. Although, why am I acquiring this? Why do I want it? Because it's got glory and 6 bricks on it. Apparently. It's not going to help me, though, is it? Let's not do it just yet. Oh, I'll put it out there, don't I? It's another, like, infinity card to have out there. I want to break through for civilized. I can do that, right? And just go through the main deck. The best solo board game channel, thank you. Hi, Paul. Checking I'm playing correctly. Well, it's mod time, Paul. What am I not paying you for? I'm playing 70%, I'd say correctly. I can break through, right, for the decks that have run out, and I just go through the main deck until I find one from that type. Right. So I'm going to break through. Oh, and if I don't find a card of that suit, I just get 2 progress. So that's all right. So I'm going to do Praiseworthy. I'm going to break through for Civilized. So that is action number 1. So go through the main deck until we find a Civilized card. Nope, nope. There we go. Temple is what I get. And then shuffle these back up. So there was one in there. But then that's taking another card out of the deck that's going to end the game underneath me. But we've got to do something. Temple. A point for every 5 glory. Okay, action 2 is getting this temple out. So, exhaust this. Discard a card to gain a progress. Solstice, return a thing from your discard pile. I got a card that returned unrest. Right, exhaust that. Discard a card, Prosperity, to gain a progress. Boom. And then in the Solstice, things will happen. One more thing to do. I'm going to put the caravans out, because I want loads of them out, don't I? But also, because I'm going to pay 3 bricks and discard Armenians to acquire a card in the market that has bricks on it, just because I want that progress, basically. And I've paid 3 bricks to get 6 bricks. I don't want either of them, though. They can go into my discard pile. And so, the display fills up again. Oracle. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I've got my attack card and I'm an Empire now. Oh, it's all popping off. Right, bot. Temple is awesome, and I can't wait for it to rid me of some of this unrest. I've got, I think, about 90% of the unrest in the game. I need to put bricks on something. I'm going to put it on the river and hope to gain that river. Okay. Here we go. Greeks. Shrine. First thing that comes up is the Infinity. Put it into the history. Okay. Not doing number 2. Number 3. Olympic Games is just other, right? Still haven't got the population. Can't gain Uncivilized because it's not out there. Have they got any unrest in the discard pile? Nope, still just got these 2 things in the discard pile. So gain a progress and put this card into history. Okay. Card 4. Ugh, attacking. So acquire So anything just that's the most points. So it's going to be the Oracle, which is 5 points to them, isn't it? Unfortunately. And then I have to give something up. So I will give up not my beloved temple or any of these things. I can just put the caravans back out if I really want to activate them. Yeah, I'll recall them. Okay. Yeah. So that's their attack. And then finally, number 5, mercenaries. Scroll down. It's the civilized, it's the Empire symbol. So acquire civilized or uncivilized. Actually, just refilling it like I was meant to, they acquire a civilized. Which is another 5 points, isn't it? And this deck has got about 4 cards in it. Okay. That's them done. They put a progress on there. That goes there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Solstice time. Let us not forget Solstice. Discard a card. Yeah, I'll discard this Unrest. Thank you. What's this? Yeah, they're cards I discarded. I'll discard this Unrest. To gain things, or I'm going to just draw a card. Iberia. Then return an Unrest from your discard pile. Beautiful temple. Okay, turn time. I've got Marvelous. Free play. Yes, let's draw the top card of my deck. Berbers. I've never really been a fan of my Berber card this game. I'm going to put it in my history. Yep, it's gone. Then, yes. So, actions. Number 1. Oh, he hasn't got a thing to abandon, has he? He may garrison this card. So I could acquire a thing with 2 glory on it. I wanted to attack him, but he's got no regions for me to force him to abandon. So maybe I want to do better things. Oh, free play. Place a card on top of your deck. And gain 2 progress. Let's do that. And then... I could just acquire something with like 2 progress on it and hope that it triggers enough points from all of these other things. Why not? Or I could save it until he's got a thing to abandon, but no, let's acquire the step. So that's at least 2 more progress. So that was my first main action, isn't it? So that comes out. We've got Coinage. Exhaust to draw a card. Solstice, gain 2 bricks. And then I think I'm going to put out the Balearic Islands, maybe? I don't want to exile cards from the market anymore. And I'm not going to garrison cards with them. No, I'm just going to put those 2 regions out for my second and third actions. Bricks. I'll put out into the river, which supposedly I wanted, but apparently not taking. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wish I'd played the card, the Jade Mask, which I think I put back on top of the deck. If I'd played the Jade Mask, we would be developing. But next time. Well, next time through the deck. Who knows if we're even going to be in the game at that point. But at least I haven't shuffled my discard pile, so I've got an Unrest in there. But I would be able to discard a card and put it... Never mind. Bot. What are you doing? 5. So I think we've gone... There's been like 1 time when he's rolled a 6 and played all of his cards. Just check that I'm not being needed for something. I don't think so. Bot. What are you up to? Sumerians, which is just going to be other, isn't it? Hasn't got 3 pop. Can spend 2 bricks at long last to buy an uncivilized card. Is it just acquire? Yes. Which means new card comes out. It's a city. There is 1 card in the main deck. And so that is like... It's if the main deck is empty. So if he gets another card, that's just that, isn't it? So yeah, he gained that, so that goes into his discard pile. Unrest, back here. Urban development, he acquires... Yeah, he will just acquire this port, which means that's it, right? Well, the end is triggered at least. And that's just, I don't... That's just it, right? Yep. Complete the round and get 1 more final round, including the solstice, which will be good for me. So he gains that. That goes into his discard. The main deck has run out. The hitties, 3 points. I can break through for them, but the bot might well have that card before I do. It's an unrest is his last action there, but we have 1 more full round. So, yeah, who do you think's won? I won't put my ideas out there. 3, 4, 5. Okay, he hasn't, like, I think he's got like 1 or 2 of his development cards. I don't think he's really added that much since he became an empire. He seems to have hung on to cards way better. So it's my last turn. Oh no, Solstice first. Let us not forget Solstice. Discard a card. So I will discard... Ooh, I don't want to discard things. Maybe Jade Mask. Oh, a Jade Mask could make me... Yeah, Jade Mask. I don't need Jade Mask. Jade Mask, discard. To gain... Oh, what do I want to gain? Maybe I just don't want to do that. I could gain a population or something, but I don't think I need it. I think I will... Oh, I should have on my turn. I'm going to retcon that from my last turn. No, I can do it this turn, can't I? Discard to gain a progress. Remember that. Solstice, though, return an unrest from your discard pile. Then for my turn, I have... Oh, I've got my whole deck in my discard pile. Free play. Add a brick to the market. And put it on the coast, why not? You may put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. Isn't my great card Praiseworthy is worth 4 more points if it's in history. So Praiseworthy can go into history. That was free. So I've still got 3 actions. No more free plays. City of Carthage goes off in the solstice and would be... Can't pay the... Oh, yeah, not that clever. It would have been great, but yes, the Carthaginian traders are barbarian cards, so it's useless. But I do have the floodplain, which lets me put something into my history, so I'll do the Praiseworthy with that. Luckily, I had that in my hand as well. So Carthaginian traders should have just been discarded for the city to gain what? What am I bothered about gaining? Nothing. Brick. Why not? So I haven't done an action yet, have I? City of Carthage would do me in Solstice. I can discard a card to gain a progress. So that'll be something. That's an action. Jade Mask, I haven't got any cards I can draw. So why don't I? Oh, Glory. Abandon my 3 regions. To look at my... I could just get the 11 pointer, couldn't I? So we've either got... Oh, we've got Triumphant or Triumphant. So yeah, I'm going to grab Triumphant. So I can't do anything with it. But then... I can do Unrest, can't I? I will pay... I'll not even pay anything. I'll discard 2 cards to put that back in the Unrest pile for my 3rd action. And then just make sure I've done all my exhausts. Discard a card. Yeah, I still have a card, didn't I? Still have 1 card. Discard a card to gain a progress. Nothing else going on there. But now, so I might as well just buy the thing that would get me the most points at the end of the game, shouldn't I? A point for every 5 bricks. I've not actually got bricks for ages, have I? 5. So that would cost me 7. So I would have 5 left. So that would be worth a point. That's just worth 4 points. Probably comes to the top of the pile. I haven't got 4 population, but I can spend the progress, can't I, if I want to. That's just worth 2 points, because there's no more turns, so I'm just thinking in terms of... Yeah, I'll pay 4 bricks, because they're not worth anything, I don't think. And a population to gain that for 4 points. And what are these? Oh, my other development cards. So... it's time for the final turn of the game, where Bot's going to impress us. Who do you think has won? Number 3, I need to put a brick on something. Put a brick on there for him. I need to draw some cards, which will matter for the solstice. Okay, Bot time. Oracle. Which means he is discarding the top card from the bot deck. Put this into history. Number 2, whoop, Unrest. Number 4, Unrest. Unfortunately, it'd be nice for him to have them still. Then Infinity comes before Empire, which means put this into history. Okay, so I think he's stalled now, which is good. It happened for him eventually. So that's it, isn't it? A solstice. I will... Well, I haven't got a discard pile anymore, have I? I haven't got... Unfortunately, it would have been great if I could have discarded a card to gain whatever, and then used that discarded Unrest to put it back. But unfortunately, I have just drawn, haven't I? And I didn't draw an Unrest to discard. I don't know that I've got... So the solstice doesn't mean anything. I've actually only got 1 Unrest, which is pretty good going based on how I was earlier. So, we flip to now. The game's ended. Yep. Add up your points normally. Okay, well, we don't need that space anymore, do we? So, first of all, leave cards where they were in the game ended, because some cards care where they are. Okay, so progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll swap them for a big 10. So I've got 18 progress. So that's 18 points. Then score for every card in your hand, play area, draw deck, discard pile, or history, as well as for your power card. Oh yeah, because that cared about me having bricks as well. I've got a point of bricks. Yeah, I could have been gaining more points to get more of them, but we went in a strange direction. So, yes, let's go through the cards then. So, not worth any points. What do you want? 18. So, I've got 6 bricks, 19. 20. 2 points if it's in your history. It is. So 22. And then that's my deck, isn't it? Yeah, this is my history. Nothing, nothing. 29. 7 points if it's in your history. 32. 41. Okay, this is my discard pile now. 43. 47. A point for every 4. Ah, here's my pad. Just remember the number I'm at while I'm thinking of the next one. 47. And then a point for every 4 of these. How many have I got? 18. So that's 4. So 51. And then finally my... Oh, not finally. Up here, we've got 7, 8. A point for every 3 cards in play. 5 rather than 6. So 7, 8, 9. A point for every 5, which is going to be 3. So 12. 12 points in my regionals. And then in my deck, 11. I've been writing it down. I'll total them up. 11. A point if it's in your history. It wasn't. I forgot. Sorry, Jade Mask. 11, 12, 10, 10. So altogether, that gives me, not as impressive as I was hoping, so it's that 57, 69, 74. Yeah, you can never score more than 10 points from a asterisk card as well. Yep. And then you pick me because Paul surprised you with his Legends bot win. It was a void game. Mistakes in playthroughs, Paul. I will not stand for this. So, the bot's victory points. He gets... Oh, let's go to his area. He gets a point for every progress as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not 18, is it? Then, if every 10 population and bricks in any combination, well, he got... Oh, that's meant to be a 5, not a 10. Mixing them up. 6, 8 he got. So no points there. And then we go for his points as well. So if it's an asterisk, he just gets 5 points for it. So 5, 8, 13, 18, 23, 25. Oh, this is one of his cards as well, isn't it? 26. 29. 34. 39. 44. Question mark, he takes the higher. 50. 53. He's got so many cards in here. 58. 60, 62, 63, 64, 69, 71, 72, 77, 79. So closer than I thought it was going to be. I think we, like, my stalling throughout kind of the entire middle portion of the game kind of picked up towards the end, whereas the bot seemed to stall loads towards the end. He made a massive enough... he made a massive push early on to become an empire, as the Greeks would. Oh, we don't count his power card. Then 79 minus 5, so that's 74. Ah, okay. If you scored more points than the bot, you win. So I still lose, but close as it could possibly be. Really. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I thought I was getting completely stumped. And so win or lose, that's a lot closer than I thought I was going to get. So although the Carthaginians didn't do their brickmaking and trading like they were perhaps hoping to do, they got lured in by the promise of fame and the King of Kings card. But yes, close enough to a draw, which means a loss in the solo game, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think earlier on, was it Paul said, how does it compare to the previous version? I've been worried about comparing it to the previous version because it's been like 3 years since I've played it. Well, not quite that. It's been just over 2.5 years, hasn't it? But when I was watching the playthrough through, I was thinking that like the core thing is exactly the same. It's just a much kind of smoother experience, which makes sense. I was playing with a prototype back then. It was like printed action cards and just wooden cubes for stuff. Great as it worked, but I think it's a lot easier to kind of keep track of the cards that you're playing. You've just got I'm sure it might change for some civilizations, but you've got your 5 exhaust things, you've got your 3 card plays. It's a lot easier to keep track, and the board and stuff helps with that as well. Although the board is just, these 3 card strips. It's just like the old version. It manages to do loads with basically a load of cards, but even though you're sharing these common cards all the time, it makes a massive difference who you are, not that it's constraining you to a playstyle. It makes a massive difference who you're against, and the solo mode, which is all I've played of the new edition so far. But yeah, the solo mode, as you can see, Nigel in the chat and in the chat of Paul's playthrough as well, just going through why they do all of these things. It's all based on how they would play in the if you were playing against a multiplayer version of them. I said earlier in the playthrough as well that it's still got the beautiful art from the Miko. But the original version, I have unlisted the old video. You can still seek it out if you'd like to. I just think if people are searching for Imperium, it just confuse things if that's there as well. But it had kind of a comic booky feel, that all of the text boxes and stuff were comic books, like description boxes and stuff. It's a lot cleaner. I did like the comic book look, but in terms of just seeing things at a glance, all of the symbols and the titles of the cards and stuff, it's a lot more apparent and just, immediately seeable. So yes, it's something that as I remember, very, very much enjoyed in its original form, and it's just even better now, and there's more of it. So that's even better. And apparently, like, if the complexity goes up in the civilizations more and more from all of this, my brain's going to explode. Did the mixed up cards make a big difference, or rules mistakes enough? Oh, in Paul's thing. I would say in my thing, like, just generally in playthroughs, rules mistakes probably are enough to like make a difference in a win or a loss, but it's alright, isn't it? It's only a game. As long as you're trying, as long as you're striving for the right rules. First I was watched second playthrough, I feel as though who you think is winning often seems to be misleading. Yeah. Say that certainly in this playthrough and my other solos, that I have thought that I was completely getting stomped in other games and won, but I was playing on easier difficulties as well. I was playing easier civilizations, only slightly easier. This is only a 2-star, the Carthaginians. But I was playing easier civilizations on an easier bot difficulty. So the difficulties just like simply are like the easiest one you can play as. He basically just does 4 things max a turn, and we'll get to do like 3. And slightly harder than that, he's only got 4 cards out, but you discard a card from the top of his deck every turn to make him cycle through. I haven't looked at the harder ones because, look at the state of me doing normal difficulty. Sovereign is the same as this difficulty, but he gets resources to start with and will score points for every 5 population or materials rather than every 10. And in Overlord difficulty, as well as all of that, you use slot 6. So yeah, put a card just under there. He will take... Oh, so we don't like... Oh, if you roll a 6, set aside this card in slot 6, but you don't add any tokens to the market. So he will take 5 actions every turn, because there's no chance of him rolling, a 6 and him doing an extra 1. But he will have 6 cards out there the entire time to play against. At the moment, Imperator is definitely difficult enough for me right now. But hey, I'm looking forward to playing more of this. We will have, I don't know when, maybe it'll be next week. If not, it'll be the week after. There will be another playthrough with a certainly more polished and expert level, right? No, it'll be me fumbling and getting demolished by another AI, but much more difficult ones when I play through the Legends box. So yes, you can combine and mix all of the civilizations. You can just get one if you want to just try it out, or if you've already decided that you like it, you can grab both and just any combination can play against each other. But yes, there will be more Imperium. Maybe there'll even be more of just going back and just improving on my classics. And there's like 3 4-star difficulties in this that we haven't played against. Why don't we do a dual stream 1v1 playthrough? Are there civilizations that don't attack each other? You know me, Paul. I'll attack a bot, no worries. But I'm not attacking you, Paul. There must be, through these combinations of things, some mild civs we can find. You know me. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Oh, you were suggesting it as well, Joel. Yeah, I'm up for it. I'm already the king of Mage Knight. We can never play again now, though, because I've got to hold on to that victory forever. The Utopian. Oh yeah, we've got a thing, haven't we? I could also show you while you're here. Zoom in a bit. Where's zoomed in a bit more? There we go. We don't need the cards to be anywhere. I'm already going to have to sort through these, so let's just knock them about. So you saw the Greeks and the Carthaginians, and you also saw the Macedonians. Who were you playing against, Paul? I can't remember. It wasn't the Romans, was it? Was it the Celts? I can't remember. Yes, there's the Celts who are aggressive and want to get uncivilized cards. The Greeks who have got technology, and then they'll get the Olympic Games. The Macedonians, I was supposed to be focusing on trade and stuff. I was going for fame. The Persians want to subjugate other nations. The Romans want to expand through tons of regions. The Macedonians that you saw in Paul's maybe want to expand into loads of regions. I really like them. They've been the ones that I've played the most. Scythians want to expand and grab loads of regions that you can exploit for bricks. Vikings never become an empire and have no history, which confers its own advantages and challenges. And then in the Legends box, look at these. Arthurians never become an empire and pursue quests and chase after the legendary Graal. So yeah, they have quests, right, instead of the the developments. They have quests to fulfill. The Atlanteans start as an empire and so can use the civilized cards from the start of the game, but need a constant supply of resources to develop further and are under the constant threat of floods. The Egyptians are empire builders and have loads of opportunities for development. The Mauryaans want aggressive tactics to expand with region cards. Minoans want to focus on progress because they need it to be able to develop. The Olmecs will look very different to most of the other players. Don't have Prosperity, Conquer, Advance, or Glory cards, but have Stone Masks instead. You probably saw these ones as well. The tributary cards are the other civilizations, right? There is another set of common cards in the Legends box. It's like the other civilizations that pop up in here. They are a game of challenging decisions. Powerful leaders rule with the mandate of heaven, but is the leadership worth the burden it brings? And the Utopians. Okay, then, so these are the peaceful monks. Unlike any other nation, you have no nation deck and no development cards, and you won't want to go through your deck quickly, you will realise your visions of Shangri-La and spend your progress to advance towards the fabled city of Shangri-La itself. Study your cards and your opponents carefully, as you'll need to decide which will serve you and which will hinder you on your path to Utopia. It does sound complicated, but hey, Peaceful Monks sounds about right for me. So maybe, yeah, there will be, at some point, we're going to do a Gloomhaven one as well, aren't we, Paul? We're going to do a digital Gloomhaven one at some point soon. Yeah, we'll pick some nice softies, Paul, to do a 1v1 with. I almost managed to win against the Greeks, and they were being very, very aggressive. But I just chug along. The one time I did actually manage to play an attack card, it didn't do anything. So that's the extent of my attacking in this game. So I think, can we? I don't know if he's moved off camera here, or if my button works. There, oh, he's doing some dream twitching. There he is, and it's like a night vision thing, isn't it? It's all fuzzy. That is the view of under a desk and a load of messy wires and things. The Olmecs have chocolate. All right, Paul. The Olmecs, you need to be them. They have Jaffa cakes, and I'll be the Utopians. And if I lose, it's just because I was playing someone that was too difficult. There we go. I've got an excuse baked in already. Yes, I'll need to get Gloomhaven then. But thank you very much for joining me. Thank you, Nigel, for being here and coaching me through. Almost managed that victory, but I think that, in the face of my bumbling about for the first half of the game, is pretty good going, isn't it? Are the Olmecs a difficulty 4? Well, that's difficulty 5. It's a whole nother league, isn't it, Nigel? Oh yeah, Paul tonight is doing some Too Many Bones with a real-life person, if you can imagine such a thing. I will be back tomorrow night for some super skill pinball. Definitely a different... Oh dear, buzzing. Definitely a different kind of game, but I played the print and play of it. It's an amazing roll and write. I'm really hoping that I'm just as giddy for the final version. Maybe that was just lockdown fever that made it so fun, but I remember it being absolutely fantastic. It's roll and write pinball. What's not to like? Utopians would be a 6, but the scale only went to 5. Wow. I want to see this. Is this expansion, well, possible fabled expansion? It's got to be like full of 6 to 10 star civilizations, right? But yes, thank you everyone for being here. Support me on Patreon if you'd like to have me do more things. I'd like to. It's linked in the description and stuff. I will be back tomorrow night for some pinball. I will be back on Friday. Well, it's a pinball roll and write board game. Maybe we'll do pinball one day. That'd be awful at actual pinball. Friday, I'll be back for some Nusfjord at 4 PM BST. And there'll be a pre-recorded playthrough of Architects of the West Kingdom Cooperative with the Tome Saga expansion coming up on Saturday. Yes, thank you, Joel. Like the video, subscribe, comment, and all of that things on your various things where you can watch me. I should link the other places while I've still got this trial going on. Thank you very, very much for being here, though. I will see you tomorrow or whenever you can be here. Sleeping Gods is up on Patreon. I think it's an amazing playthrough. You should watch that if you'd like to. I'm going to go now, though, and yeah, go and find somewhere cool like Marty has and have a lie down for a bit and get out of this roasting room. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you wherever you see me next. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.